Hi. That was a good start. My name is JT with Carryology, and I'm here to talk to you about modularity. I'm new to this channel, but you might have seen me elsewhere on my own channel prior to this, and you're probably used to this view. I do all kinds of views, but for today's video, I thought this was the best way to show you, well, what I wanted to show you. We're gonna talk today about modularity. When I was asked, like, what do you want to do for your first proper Carryology video, I thought, well, I could do something easy, or I could do modularity. Not ideal, not the easiest of topics, but that's okay. It's gonna be fun, and we're gonna get through it. And hopefully you'll get some important information along the way. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story into modularity and how I became very reliant on this type of carry. And then I'm gonna tell you about my 4 or 5 favorite versions of modularity as they are today. This is not going to cover all of them. There are tons and tons and tons, but it will in fact cover all of my favorites. I have this bag here. This is the Mission Workshop R6. This is sitting on the table because this is the one that kind of taught me to love modularity, and I will tell you why. So without further ado, let's carry on. Now I'm going to throw this guy out of the way, and we're going to talk a little bit about the kit that I normally carry and how that turned me on to modularity. So I'm a photographer, and I'm going to leave this here now because it's going to be a talking point. I'm a photographer and I teach workshops on the weekend. My workshops require me to travel. I have to travel around an hour and a half or so, and I have to stay for a couple of nights in a hotel. And plus I have to take my camera gear, and I have to take my computer and everything I need to teach the workshop. What was happening to me is I ended up carrying a backpack around all day, and it was hard because after, like, I had my packing cube and my clothes and all that stuff, and it was a bit of a struggle. When I got this bag, I kind of learned to change things up a little bit, which I'll show you when we get to this bag in particular. And I'll show you how that modularity, the modularity of this bag really taught me how to do that properly. Now, the kit. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah. It's kind of heavy, so I'm just gonna, pick it up. So for the kit, let's see what we're carrying today. So first is my wallet. Woo. Little picture of my baby there. This is from Alpha 19er. Very cool, very simple wallet, and yeah, I dig it. Next up is, well, you'll know, we're still into Corona life here, or COVID life here in Korea. Whoop. That one. This is hand sanitizer in a bottle, and then this is my mask. Whoop. From the Brown Buffalo. I have this on it so I can kind of dangle it around. In Korea right now, you don't have to wear them outside, so I can dangle it while I'm outside and then put it on while I'm inside. Headphones because, well, I'm going to be on the train. Laptop because, well, laptopy things. I have to teach the workshop, so eventually I'm gonna have to, teach. Throw that there. Our fearless leader, Monsieur Taylor. Oh, there you go. Anyway, put that here. So I mentioned I was teaching a workshop, so I do need, photography stuff. So actually the workshop today is related to Instax. It's something. This is the Instax camera I use. My daughter stuck that there. And of course I need film for the Instax, so I have 2 packs here. I don't shoot very much, especially when I'm teaching, so, these will come with me. And then finally I have this little tin. And this basically holds the film as I shoot. So I'll shoot and stick them in here. This one's kind of important. This is my car key. I need this because, well, I have to drive to the train station. This is actually how I kind of go with modularity these days, and you'll see this throughout the video. This is a hold-fast gear quiver. I use this as my, I guess, on-the-go sort of sling messenger thing with my camera in it. I have the strap inside, which I can show you. So basically the strap attaches on to the hooking points here, and you're off to the races. This helps a lot while shooting because basically like this camera can go here in one of these big pouches on the front. The film can go like here in this one, and then there are these little pockets here where I can throw the film as I shoot. So that's kind of how I roll with that. Now when I'm packing with it, I kind of try to collapse it up a little bit, and you'll see that as I go. I'm gonna take this Philip Robbo pouch, which we'll talk about in a second, and then finally my packing cube full of clothes. This is also from Philip Robbo, custom made. This is from, I believe this is Ultra 200 is the name of the material, from Challenge Silk Cloth. Very exciting stuff. So you'll see all of this in the video going forward. I'll try to pack it into the bags as we go, and you'll get the drift. Now, this pouch, the reason I carry this one is I'm gonna put my camera in it. It kind of serves as my camera cube. So I'll just stick this guy in here. It's not super padded, but I don't tend to care about padding too much, especially with this particular camera. So just jam those guys in there, and it is just about the perfect fit for most camera kit. Now, I just noticed something here, and this is Molly Pals style webbing, which is the first type of modularity that most people think of when they think of modularity in carry. So that brings me to this. You might be thinking to yourself, well, Josh, I know all about modularity. I know all about Pals webbing and Molly webbing, and I enjoy that. Why do I need to hear about anything else? Well, the issue is that while Pals webbing, Molly, okay, so I believe Pals webbing is the name of the attachment system, or the webbing part here, and then Molly is the way it attaches with these things here. There are standards for this, and all kinds of, there's a history of it that comes from the military. I will link in the description below to a better explanation than I can give you about the history and how this all started. Now, the thing about Pals webbing is, or the thing about Molly webbing is, you attach it something like this. So you have these two straps, and you have to web it or weave it in and out and in and out and in and out. So it kind of looks like you have like this, and you weave it in to one of these guys here, and you weave it back into one of these guys here, and you keep going, keep going, keep going. Eventually you have a snap or a hook or something on the end here, and you are attached. Now that's a kind of modularity for sure, and one of the best things about this type of attachment system is that it's very, very secure. It's not going anywhere once it's here. One of the worst parts about this attachment system is it's very, very slow. So once you have it attached, you're there. You're there, baby. You like there. Like literally like there for a long time. And it's kind of like a semi-permanent sort of deal. Most of us don't live semi-permanent kind of lives. I mean, I guess I don't think I do when it comes to this sort of. Not be my favorite version of modularity anymore, although it does work in a pinch if you need it. This is a bottle pocket. I just have it here for the example. So I'm going to throw that off to the side. I'm going to throw this off to the side. And let's bring that Mission Workshop back. So, bag 1, Mission Workshop R6. We talked about it in the intro briefly. This bag is a very, very well built bag. If you know anything about Mission Workshop, all of their stuff is extremely, extremely well built. Now there are attachments that I'm going to show you, and you'll see a little bit about how their modularity, or their modular system works. Now, you'll notice that this is this is a pouch, and it's the same pouch. The reason I put this one on here in the beginning is because this is the one that really taught me about modularity and got me to love modularity. This is a new one, which I have, that's in this VX, this yellow VX material, which is very cool. But I wanted to stick this one on for the intro. And I'll take it off and show you how easy that is. And that's it. And then you just pull these guys out. And something like this. And you got yourself a sling, fanny pack, that whole deal. Mission Workshop uses an archive system. The archive system looks like this. There are these little hooky things, and they go on these raily things, and basically it's a super easy way to attach something, and it's very secure. This is the closest in terms of security or permanent feeling to the Molly Pals system that I talked about earlier, that is also easy to take off. So I think Mission Workshop did a very good job with this. Now, the only issue is obviously you have these huge rails here. This bag's called the R6 because it has 6 rails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can attach as many things as you want, as long as they fit on these rails. So what I used to do for my travel with this bag, and the reason I started to love it, was this. So the bag itself is a simple roll top bag, and I would just pack it like I'd pack a simple roll top bag. So I'd have my packing cube. Just shove that guy. This is not safe for work. Shove that guy all the way down to the bottom. I promise, safe for work. Okay. I would shove that guy all the way down to the bottom. I would take my camera and this kind of other packing cube just right here, and my hold fast gear thing just right there on the top. Now, because this is a roll top, you can actually just go whoop, and something like this, and the bag itself expands to a nice size. I'll take off this buckle, put the buckle here. Okay, so now I have all this stuff, inside the bag for my travel, but I don't have any of my wallet, keys, any of that stuff. This bag has literally one pocket right here that is very tight when you have it stuffed on the inside. Now, I don't need my wallet that often when I travel, so I'm gonna stick that in here. But sanitizer, headphones, all that kind of stuff I need. Laptop. Now, there's a laptop compartment in this bag. I forgot to put my laptop in, but you get the drift. It's just a zippered pocket at the back of the main compartment. You understand. We're good. So that's where this guy comes in. So this is the Axis sling. It has a cool magnet-y guy here. I'm just gonna, you'll see it still has these rails and then the front. So this strap here actually is to help you to pull it off or push it on, you'll see. And you just line up the rail. Line up the rail. Line up. Line up, sound like a kindergarten teacher. And you can just pull it down. And then what this does is this gives you a pouch on the front that you can put your coincidentals in. Coincidentals, is that right? So there are a couple little organizational pockets here, so I'll throw my hand sanitizer in there. Throw my mask in here, my headphones, which I definitely need, and then there's a key lanyard, so I'll stick my keys on there. Perfect. Now, when I get to my destination, what I'll do is I'll put my camera. My camera will get transferred into here too. There is tons of space left in the front here. Camera, a bit of film, pull that off. Fanny pack mode, and I'm golden. I can drop all the rest of this off at the hotel or the office, have my laptop, my camera gear, go shoot for the day, and I don't have to carry this around, but I do have my clothes for those 2 days. So that is why modularity started to speak to me. Because of this particular situation, it made my life a whole lot easier. Now, Mission Workshop offers different types of attachments like these. Now, these go onto the sides here, and you end up with something that looks like this, and you have side pockets. For those of you who carry water around, you can put your water bottle, or if you need extra space, there's also different attachments that go on the front here. All I really need for my particular trip today is this. So that's how the Mission Workshop archive system works for me. Now, these little clips come off. You can order new ones and all that kind of stuff. Mission Workshop R6. I believe this bag retails for around 300 and something of your hard-earned dollars. All of the links will be in the description below, but yeah, that's the Mission Workshop R6. Bag number 2. Bag number 2 and 3 you're gonna get at the same time, so 2 for 1. In Korea, we call that 1 plus 1. 1 per 1, 1 plus 1. This is the Brown Buffalo 21 liter Conceal Pack EDC version. This is the Goruck GR1 26 liter Shooter 500D. These bags have a lot of similarities, so I'm going to kind of show them together. I'll show you the Goruck quickly first, and then we'll move on to the Brown Buffalo, which is one that I very much like these days and use a lot. The GR1 has been a staple in my collection for a long time. So, for these bags, we're going to talk about Velcro and hook and loop. You can see here, Goruck, Velcro and hook and loop and Velcro are kind of the same thing. Velcro is the brand that I guess patented or started, or they are the most famous brand of hook and loop. Hook and loop is offered in things other than Velcro, so just get that out of the way. But this is another form of modularity. You can see this whole back panel on this bag is loop. Loop is the soft part, and then Goruck offers a bunch of attachments that you can attach here if you're into this type of thing. I think they're called shooter attachments. I am not particularly into this type of thing, but you can see here, if this is the kind of thing that floats your boat, you'll probably appreciate having this, or the modularity aspect of this. This bag goes from being a very boring bag to having all of these little bits and bops that you can shove in and put in and do whatever you want. For me, I actually tend to prefer the normal GR1, which has a kind of a pocket back here and some PALS style webbing up on top. But this is also very cool, and you can just change the look of your bag depending on how you want, because you can have this, or if you want, you can throw in like a laptop sleeve like this and just attach it to the back there, as you can hear. This is from the Brown Buffalo, and we're going to talk about this in a second. So that's from Goruck, made in the USA, as always with Goruck products. Very, very nicely built. Great bag. Back to this guy. This is the Brown Buffalo Conceal, and this bag relies heavily on modularity, especially when it comes to PALS, especially when it comes to hook and loop or Velcro for its modularity. So if you look at the inside of the bag here, this whole back panel is also the loop section, or the loop side of the hook and loop, and it's very soft and nice. And if you want a very super simple bag, you can just use it like this. You don't need to have anything special attached to it at all. There is a kind of laptop compartment thing in the back here, which also has loop on this side, where you can attach things to here if you want to. So it relies on being very simple, yet allows you the modularity to make it whatever you want. These attachments that they sell are actually called mods, which, that makes sense. And you can just attach them something like this. And now you have a laptop section inside the bag, and you can also attach things onto the front of it. The one negative with this type of modularity is, of course, the sound. But, if you have good quality hook and loop, it's pretty stationary, and it will stay there kind of as long as you want. One of the huge benefits to this type of modularity is when you have tight spaces, like, say, this front pocket here, which you can barely see into, trying to weave traditional webbing into here would be an absolute nightmare. But with Velcro, you can just... So I have one attached already. So you can see here, this is another mod. Adds some pockets and a pen thing and like a little zippered pocket. Without that, there's nothing in here, just a key ring at the top. But you can just kind of push it down, stick it in, boop, boop, done. Now you have organization. Complete sort of your own organization in the front there. This is a traditional kind of clamshell style bag, so packing it out is fairly simple. You'll get a good look at the things that I pack. the Brown Buffalo bags are built spectacularly in the USA. It's built by this guy named Douglas, who does an excellent job and pours his heart and soul into these bags. There is my packing cube, fits in the bottom. This type of clamshell packing is definitely easier than that roll top for me. The camera in here, and my hold fast guy in here. And that all fits like an absolute glove. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to put my laptop in the back section, and that's why modularity is cool, because I don't need it. And I can take advantage of the space in here with this. There is one zipper pocket up here on the top. I actually don't even need it, so I will leave it there. I noticed there's a Bihn thing in here, which we'll talk about next. So that's zipped up, pretty easy. Front compartment. So now I have that organization in there. I'm gonna stick my hand sanitizer in one of them, one of the little pocket guys, my headphones in one of the other little pocket guys, my wallet in the zipped pocket guy, and my mask just full of free floating so I can grab it easily, and my key on the key lanyard leash thing here. Zipper. Zipper that up. Laptop's on the other side, so we're looking at the laptop back here. My laptop is a 13-inch MacBook Air, so it fits in there. Perfect. Now we're rocking. Now, what I told you about the Mission Workshop bag is that I would use that pouch on the front here as my go-to, my kind of sling thing when I got there. With this new style modularity for me, what I do is that hold fast thing takes over that role in this whole setup. Now, the Brown Buffalo also offers these attachments that you can use if you want more space. For even more modularity, there are these attachment points on the side here with these little hypo-on things that they do sell on their website, at least at this moment. And very simply, you can get rid of one of these snaps, and snap on these porter pen pouches here. You can see the hypo-on things are very cool and look something like this. It's a super simple process, probably takes a minute or two to snap them on. If I wasn't on camera, it would take me even less time, and you end up looking with something like this. You can even attach a couple of them for your water bottles or whatever other miscellaneous items you may need. That is the Brown Buffalo Conceal Pack 21 EDC in Multicam Black. This bag retails for around $395 or more, depending on the exact configuration that you're looking at. So definitely a spendy bag, but a lovely one. Let's go on to the next one. Bag number 3, kind of 4, depending on how you count. On Mission Workshop. Yes, bag number 4, depending on how you count. This is the Bihn Cynic 30 in this 525D ballistic nylon. The Bihn bags are known for their organization as they are. There are tons of pockets and tons of organizational options, so you might be thinking to yourself, well, why do you really need modularity in a bag like this? Well, organization in itself is a type of modularity, because if you want to put your water bottle in here, you can, or in this one, that kind of stuff. But they are famous for one particular type of modularity, which I'm going to show you, that I think is very cool. Bihn, in all of their pockets, adds one of these guys, which is this little O-ring. Can you see that O-ring there? There are O-rings in all of the pockets and in several places in all of the pockets where you can attach things like this lanyard or, leash thing. Now, that's not the end of it, because what you can do from there is you can attach pouches that look like this. They have ghost whale pouches, which are some of my favorites, and these are some of my new favorites. I use this for my toiletries, actually. I just shoved it down in here for the sake of this video. Normally lives inside my packing cube. You can attach these things via the clip, and now you're living a different type of modular life. You have all of your pouches attached here. Maybe I want my, this one attached to, I don't know. Maybe I want it to be attached to this side, so I can have it in there. Then I can, shove it in this pocket, and then, like that. So basically, you use these attachment points. Now, there are, on this particular bag, you can get all different types of attaching pieces. So, for example, this is a very short one. This one's slightly longer. There are like really long ones, like this one, for example. So it really depends on how you want to roll with these. This is a very cool kind of modularity because basically you can go to the hotel and boop, boop, and you end up with all your pouches hanging out around. And you have a bag that's already very capable of being modular in itself, which is great. My second favorite modular system in the early days was that Mission Workshop, and then a Bihn Synapse 25, which is a similar bag to this, but it is not clamshell. Now, by not clamshell, I mean, well, this one has this giant number 10 YKK zipper, AquaGuard still on this guy, and it opens into this clamshell configuration. In packing, this is great. The laptop also, modularity to me just kind of means like you can do whatever you want with the bag, and Bihn gives you a lot of options. So you can have your laptop in here via this section, or you can actually put your laptop in the side here. It's the same pocket, but like, safe for work, I promise. But you can put it in wherever you'd want. Safe for work, promise. Laptop in here. It feels nicely protected here. There are some other pockets here that I'm not going to use, like this guy. I'll just show you kind of how I would pack this out. Now, this bag is kind of deceiving because of the way this expansion section works here. It kind of lays flat when it's not packed, and then it poofs out when it is, and then a different part of the bag hits your back. Very cool, and again, a different type of modularity in this guy. So I'm gonna zip this up. Now, in this case, so I can get my stuff on the go, what I'm going to do is put my Corona stuff in this guy. So Corona, mask, hand sanitizer in this guy. Something like this. My wallet on the other side. These pockets are amazing. They have tons of space. Camera. So my camera in here as it was through the whole video. Stick that in there. Now, I didn't put my holdfast thing in there. I'll show you why in a second. This is one of my favorite pockets in bags. It's actually a water bottle pocket that spans this whole internal section. I'm going to put this in there. Now, what is this, you might ask? You'll see in a second. Fits perfectly in there. Now we're working with something like this. Slight turtle shell vibes, but these edgeless straps, which are new to, I think, Bihn since 2019. Very comfortable when it comes to carrying a big load like this bag certainly is. You could easily put that in here, but I'm going to use this for like snacks or something when I'm on the go. So I get to my destination. I will pull this guy out. I would probably attach it with one of those things, but I think this is called the cublet. And then I'm going to pull this out. Dropped this. Something I don't need. And then instead of using that holdfast thing, I'm going to use this very lovely Bihn Daylight Day Pack. you can actually put a ton of stuff in here. There is very minimal organization, a couple of pockets here, but enough for my camera. I can even carry my laptop in here. So if I needed to have my laptop like at the cafe when I was going, this would be my go-to, not that hold-fast thing, because I could get my laptop in here. This sleeve goes all the way down to the bottom. It's not super protected, but if you're slightly careful, you will be fine. So that is the Bihn Cynic 30 in, I believe, what they call nebulous gray. Get that back in frame so you can see. Excellent bag. Excellent bag, made in the USA. I believe this bag is $310. All of those little attachment thingies, like they do with all of these bags, cost a little extra. So you might be into like the, you know, $400 range by the time you attach all of the other little things. Like I think this cublet's like $30 or something like that. So you end up with, you know, something slightly more expensive, but it's worth it if your life is easier. Made easier. And modularity, the whole point of modularity is to make your life easier. So that's what we're here to help with. I'm gonna shove this back in there. So that's that. Let's go on to the last bag. The last bag, the fifth bag or fourth bag, depending on how you're counting, is the Black Ember Forge Max, which is this bag. This is a 20 to 30 liter backpack. The Cynic previously was 30 liters. The Brown Buffalo was 21, kind of acts a bit bigger than that. And the R6 was 20 liters. I probably should have mentioned those things as I was going, but I'm mentioning them now. So there's that. In comparison, you'll see why this is 20 to 30 liters. The Mission Workshop has a bit of expansion on the top, as we talked about, but it's a pretty tight bag, so I would say it's 20 to 25 max. It can be 30, and max, pun intended, because this is the Black Ember Forge Max. This is a very cool backpack. Now, in this particular mode, it is a briefcase. Looks like this in this multicam black. The fact that it's a briefcase is very cool. Works great here in Korea, where this type of thing is just for fashion. This bag is probably the best example of all the ones I talked about of like very modern modularity. I say modern because a lot of the things you'll see here are the newest or the I guess you could say like space age is a weird word, but it kind of feels a bit like that. Now I'll show you what I mean just to start. So these handles here can be taken off, which is a kind of modularity, because if you want a cleaner look, you can take them off. And they attach with this very cool aluminum G-hook to this laser cut webbing. Laser cut webbing is definitely like the new way of doing this type of webbing. Basically, you cut directly into the cordura. In this case, it's 500D multicam black. In some cases, this bag comes in other materials, but for argument's sake, that's what this is. And you can cut directly into the, if you bar tack, see the bar tack right there. If you bar tack that, then these points are super secure and very clean looking compared to the webbing that you get on a traditional PALS webbing style backpack, or just like anything like this. Now I had Philip make it so that these were all flush, so it's not really PALS. PALS is a kind of a spacing system, but that makes it look a little bit cleaner, but it's still definitely messier looking than what this looks. The Forge Max adds all of these attachment points or compression straps. So the bag is very tight right now, and I would say it's borderline like 15 to 16 liters in this sort of mode, even though they say it's 20 in its smallest mode. Now, this bag is super modular because it can be so many different things. So I'm here in briefcase mode, but say I have like a very heavy load and briefcase mode is just not going to work for me. So I can go take one of these guys off and voila, very nice backpack straps pop right out of the back of here like this. One and two. Now you have very beefy, very nice backpack straps to carry this in backpack mode. So that is one type of modularity you'll see here. These straps are adjustable, they are very comfortable, and the sternum strap rides up and down. Now this is a traditional webbing system here, which is ironic considering how they did it. I would say that's based on the position of that. So you have one big change here. Now we're going to ditch the strap because you don't need the strap now. This bag also could be carried in duffel style, which you'll see in a second. I'm going to put the strap over here. There is a front pocket on this bag that has a lot of cool little pockets and places to put things. Your key lanyard here actually comes off, so if you're kind of selling out and using only this bag, you can attach your key to this, and then when you're on the go, you can just attach it back to there, and you know, you're golden. This pocket is great because no matter what you have in the bag, this pocket is always quite spacious, and it maintains its own volume no matter what you're doing. I took this out because this is another thing that they add with this bag. I think this is like a $20 add-on or something. Essentially, this is a water bottle pocket, so your water bottle can go in here, and you can attach that onto this side or this side via these webbing guys here. Now this is the top handle. The top handle can be on the bottom if you want it to be. Also attached to the webbing here via these G-hooks. Very nice. I do like that top handle. It's a lovely top handle. That is not the only party trick of this bag. You're probably thinking like you're never gonna get all your stuff into this bag. Well, now this is basically what it would be in 20-liter mode, I would say. So this is about 20 liter. Now this is a clamshell opening bag, but more like suitcase style. And you're probably asking, why does it open suitcase style? That's so you can access it nicely in kind of well, briefcase mode, or if you want to access it in backpack mode, you can get in from the top there. These pockets are very smart in terms of how they work, and they go with the modularity of the bag. There is a pocket here, so if you're going in from the backpack, you can get into that one, and there's a pocket here and here if you're going into the briefcase style. This whole bag, just take my word for it, is built around that sort of design, so you end up with tons and tons of those things. There's a very cool pocket up here that works great for the strap, that you can stuff your strap down when you're not in use. They've literally thought about almost everything when it comes to this bag. Over on this side, this is your main space. Now it looks super tight. Like my packing cube is not going to fit in here. As you can see, there is absolutely no chance of that. Well, the last party trick of this bag is there's one zipper along the outside. And it is expendable. I love expendable bags because they give me the ultimate amount of options. And now I have tons and tons of space inside this bag. And my packing cube fits perfectly now in here. Like so. I'm gonna put my camera in here too, like this. I'm not gonna pack the holdfast thing, and I will explain in a second. Now, if I was really doing this, I probably would pack the holdfast thing because I love the way that that works in use, especially getting my camera in and out of these two guys is like amazing. Holdfast whole system is great. They have other straps. I also love this strap that they sell. I think this is called the Moneymaker Solo. You can attach your camera onto this little guy down at the bottom in the tripod thing, and you can sling the camera around. There's a lot more of this coming up on a future video, so I'm not going to get into it too deep now, but just take my word for it, I love that thing. So I'm pretty much done here because I'm not going to take that holdfast thing as I mentioned. And that's it. In use, I probably wouldn't zipper this up because I kind of want quick access into here when I'm going, but for argument's sake for the video, I will zipper it up. Now, that's not the only clamshell section. There is also this one. They're all protected by number 8 AquaGuard YKK zips. The laptop section has this cool fidlock magnet. Laptop is super, super protected in this guy, and you can suspended on all sides, I should say. And you can also put a tablet or something over on this side if that's what you want. So much more space I could use there, but I don't need it, so I'm not going to use it. Now, for my miscellaneous stuff, that all fits really nicely in these little stretch mesh pockets here. My mask, my wallet up in this top one. There's even this like cell phone one here if I want to put my cell phone. I keep my cell phone in my pocket. Put that in there, and my key on that cool key lanyard. And as you can see, no matter how stuffed it is, that pocket has that amount of space. Now, it looks a bit moofy, so what we're gonna do is use these straps, which are also modular. Like I said, if you want it slick, you can just rip them off to compress the sucker down. Something like that. You can even take these off if you want, but I kind of like them to give it a good grab, you know, when you're on the go. You end up with something like that, and it actually stands up fine on its own, and just a very cool backpack in this mode. So that is the Black Ember Forge Max. Now, I didn't take that holdfast thing because what I would do in this case with this bag is undo these compression straps, take out the packing cube, take out the camera, do all this up again. Now, I would do this a little bit neater, but we're running out of time, so I want to make sure I get this done well. I would tighten everything up, buckle everything down. I didn't do the main zipper, but you know what I'm saying with that. I would definitely compress that part down as well. And then this main front pocket here with all of these zippered pockets, there is tons of space for my camera, like literally right there. And then I would carry it in that kind of sort of satchel briefcase style mode, and my camera would be with me the whole time. Or this Philip Robo pouch, which is modular in its own right, has these attachment points, and I could attach a strap right to that guy if I wanted to. Again, the Black Ember Forge Max. This bag retails, I think, for $335-ish. The price changes depending on which attachments you want, but a very, very cool bag. Links to all of this stuff in the description below. This is an excellent version or example of modern modularity that literally wants to do everything you need to do in your life, and modularity is all about that. I'm gonna unpack so I don't forget anything because I have to actually go to work now. You know, work. That fun thing that we all do. Well, that's just about it. I'm all tuckered out, talking about these modular backpacks with you. Order got messed up, but you get the drift. Oh, I'm really tired, but I think we covered a lot of very cool modular things in this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I will be looking at the comments and responding, you know, as you do. So thank you very much for bearing with me for this very long video about modularity. And I hope your life and your carry can be more modular because of it. JT for Carryology. Carry on, folks.